All right, good morning, everybody. This is Mookie. We are back at it with another episode of Damage Control. We're going to go ahead and kind of kick things here with talking about what's going on this past week of Marvel Strike Force, what's on the horizon in the coming week as we review the blog post. And then I guess towards the end, I don't know if I'm going to squeeze any Cosmic Crucible within the show, but as far as for YouTube, but on Twitch here, we'll go ahead and do some Cosmic Crucible battles, try to keep the win streak going a little bit for us, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show, the conversations. What's up, Lazy Ass Zell? And what's up, Darts? How you doing, Darts?
I am great. Good morning.
Good morning, man. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of go over conversation, kind of, what we had last week. Got that uploaded onto YouTube. Yay. I saw Hulk Smith kind of give a shout out on the comments. What's up, Hulk Smith? But yeah, we're trying to get this going here. I say we, it's more me. Darth has no control of that. So I did the Ultra Cores, and as I kind of mentioned, I'm going to try to stay true to form. I'm not trying to tell anybody that I'm like this disciplined child here, but I do want to go ahead and just kind of have a budget aspect as far as fun money on the game that I'm able to kind of use. So it's $100 that I just threw in, I guess Sunday or Monday, which gives you the 1,000 Ultra Cores. And then that's kind of my way of showing how I'm going to kind of be transparent of what I'm doing with that and not go, try not to go beyond that. But if I do, I'll let y'all know. But the $15, so like every 50 cores is like $5 worth. So I ended up using $15 towards the lottery ticket of this gentleman's orb. Oh, I don't know if this is a specific orb, maybe it is. But yeah,
It
so
was the other orb, probably. It
yeah,
was
there's
the other
always
orb.
two, right? There's like one with the
Path.
core, yeah, and then there's
That's the
one.
path.
Yeah, I guess we could just look at it, right? It's under the gold section. Yeah, it's that path, like you said. So you're right. It was this one over here, and Daddy Scopely was not, not playing as far as giving me any good RNG. So I didn't hit big at all off of it. I mean, maybe within 30 charges overall or something like that, but I came up short after using the $15 worth of
You got a
those
You got a
orbs.
Franklin one. Open your Franklin orb.
What, do you see something?
Go right there. You path to Franklin orbs. I know this is not part of the show, but you know how I am. I always look at your stuff like it's mine.
Yeah.
Get claim on the left side. There you go. 100. Oh, damn it.
Anyways, I see what you, yeah. No, I appreciate doing shit like this because I don't know. Obviously, I'm like, what? Yeah, so what you notice? You noticed the bar all the way capped up at 20? Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said claim.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Because as you see, I mean, I'm not shopping as much. And I'm already a creature of habit. I'm relying on the little, like a dot. I needed that dot to remind me, Darth. But not had you.
Oh,
You're acting as my dot
I'll be
here,
your
my
dot.
red dot. Yeah.
I'll
So,
be your red dot.
but I guess the point being is, I ended up using the course. So I was somewhere around 30,000, I think, at least close to that amount. When we were on the show
Last week
last
you
week.
were.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I didn't. I think I would have done $20, but I went down to 15 on the spending of it because I knew we had that event tied into coring. So I still wanted to get a lottery ticket just to see if I got lucky. I was unlucky, so I started coring into it. And then I ended up getting the unlock, which kind of really the focus of me coring a little bit more aggressive on the player unlock was to try to get within some type of leaderboard aspect of this quantum surge. So I ended up ending about this number here, 36. I screenshotted it earlier. I should compare and contrast because it's weird how you can like screenshot some score here right when it ends, and then you check on the hours later, maybe a day later, and then you're either up or down on this leaderboard. But
Yeah. That
yeah,
just says they're going in and doing some of their diligence and making some fixes here and there.
yeah. But I didn't get this milestone 30. Were you able to get that complete and go after those dark diamond credits?
I did not. I do things different than you. I did not have 30,000 cores. I had money, and so I just made sure that that landed me where I wanted to land, which was top 3K. But there was nothing in that last milestone that was worth it to me. um, what is that? 16 is it? Even if it's two pieces a piece, it's 32 gear, 20 pieces. A bunch of dark diamond credits that I don't need, and a bunch of diamond orbs that are going to be duplicates or sit in my inventory. So the only it was this event was mostly about the Quasar diamonds for me because I don't need all that skill gear either.
Yeah, same. Um, and I guess the payout did kind of reward some of these things too here, which I got to be mindful of. As you can tell, I'm forgetting where I can be opening things. Um, I don't even know what to call it. Yeah, Fantastic Four Diamond Credit, and I think that's gonna tie into our Alliance event this coming week as we kind of go into the blog. That's kind of the reward that we'll get later. But what's up, Hoke Smith? Good morning. What's up, Nemesis? Thanks for the follow earlier last week, by the way. Appreciate you and everything you do within the community. I know you're active on Twitch. I've seen your name. I'm just a fly on the wall for the most part on Twitch. I want to conversate with everybody, but normally when I'm listening, I'm driving, so can't
Yes,
can't
yes.
multitask like that. But I do love what you guys do out there and kind of jump on everybody's Twitch and comments and things like that. So welcome. All right, but that was it. And yeah, you kind of talked about where you're at. So you felt where you wanted. I didn't have a real true goal other than the one diamond orb. I kind of would have been okay down here, but it just looks, kind of feels sad, right? Just getting like
Lucky
35
to,
pieces. Yeah, like as you get to the bottom of that part of it,
I'm gonna say as a
especially.
guy that's been playing the leaderboard game, the thought of getting down there makes me sad. Like
Yeah,
I got what I wanted. I think it was 125 pieces of each.
yeah,
And that's what it was just like. That's five full pieces of gear. That sounds like a good trade.
yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of where I've been falling all the time when we talk about the Professor X leaderboard events when we're just chasing these skills. But luckily, I've unlocked it, so I've kind of been a little bit slight. Not now. I'm going back to not paying attention to it, but I'm trying to pay attention to it as we're recording and just I gotta be mindful, man.
What's your red dot this week? I asked you a few days before it ended to make sure you were still paying attention.
To what? The red?
I asked you a few days. I was your red dot for this too. I asked you a few days before it ended to make sure you were
Oh,
still paying attention.
yeah. No, I
Ma-
see. Yeah, that's why I
Make
gotta
sure
be
you
on the show.
busted through your course.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. See, you're alliance leader through and through everything.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky that I get a one-on-one interviews with you every week, where others don't have that
I just don't
opportunity.
want. I feel so vicariously bad for your null. I don't want to have to feel bad for anything else, so I try to make sure I push you to get everything done.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, no, I definitely appreciate it. I'm just scanning over to the notes. So we went to that. We talked about the Quasar, Shadow King, and then the other thing here is just not that I'm like mundane about it, and then I'm not one to feel overwhelmed about the game. At least we have options going on, and it's not dead. But really, for me, when I'm looking at it and I'm like time crunch, and just trying to focus on certain things, I'll be honest. Like on certain aspects, I'm just looking at what is the reward or the push for me to play a certain game mode like this that pops up every month or so. And I'm like, I already got him unlocked. I already got the red stars for him and stuff like that, right? So the push becomes a little bit less. But, there's rewards out there and there's still gameplay and things of that nature. And I do want to jump into it. I just kind of go at it at a different urgency. And this has been on the lower side. But I know you played the game. Hell, I just saw something pop up and you just finished doing another Dark Dimension run. So you're one of those that are just playing everything. And I think it's all part of the training mode. It's like you keep yourself in shape and you're ready for Cosmic Crucible and stuff like that with your player traits. So it's
You know what? You say that that's funny, and I actually I did a whole run through of Dark Dimension last night instead of playing my Crucible battles.
yeah, see, that's because you knew we're on the show, right? And you got to get your itch in
That's right.
somehow. Yeah.
Right.
So what are you doing? What's the difficult level? Like what kind of how do you
Okay.
go off clearing stuff here?
Let's see. I did it on level 15 with 165 mods.
You took some off.
So you got way more mod. Oh, you took them all. See, I took a bunch off, and then I only did like 7 or 8 nodes.
Yeah, man.
So I
But
did
I,
I
I
did
noticed some of
the
these
bare
mods can
minimum.
can hit you in the ass still, like some of the
Hmm.
people. Yeah, so that's interesting. You said that. I might, you know what? I'm gonna just. I mean, I'm not that far into it, so let's take a look at the mods. Cause I'll jump back in here and play it. I'm a procrastinator. I mean, I'll get to it, just not at the pace that Darth likes. Um, yeah,
Okay,
15.
so I don't have that top one on because I didn't want him to have defense up, and it's only 5 points. I
Okay.
mean, I literally went through and did this. So let's see. Magneto is right is on. Resistance is futile is on. Let's see. This good. It's better to go to the ones that aren't on. Experimental serum. The next one isn't on. So none of the experimental serums are on. Okay, that one's off for you. Too clever. I have turned off, which is up underneath of experimental serum.
Yeah, this has been a pain in the ass, I've noticed. Okay. And
And
then
then the last two, I have when it rains and rope a dope turned off.
both of the last ones are off?
Yep. And it says I'm going to get 1792, and I don't remember what you needed to clear, but it
You
feels
said
like it was
14.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
14.
four.
So then that's 7 or 8 nodes, and it was very easy, and I did it on the first time, and it took me maybe 25 or 30 minutes, maybe.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna rerun it because I was like, fuck,
So,
I really gotta pay attention
okay,
on
so
this. Okay.
this is the one where I think this is the one where we have the brawler nodes.
Mm-hmm.
On this first one, I think the biggest thing is to make sure that Nightcrawler, you bring your
Mm-hmm.
Nightcrawler in and make sure he's ready to ult on that first brawler node to flip all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember this from the past time playing, so that's actually what I did. I sorted this whole first group by brawlers, and I just looked at everybody that doesn't have their ults ready, and I just kind of picked those tunes into it. And then, like you said, that's the main guy though, Nightcrawler. So that way he
It's the only
flips
one that
it.
mattered. Like,
Yeah.
I think I like Old Man Logan too because I like him to be able to ult on that first node with the stupid Weaver on the first Mercs slash. So you can't see him because he's a brawler. Here because he's not a brawler. Yeah.
Okay.
That way he can come out and ult turn one, and he can put that ability block on that stupid Weaver. It just makes it way faster. And see, I didn't take Thanos or Scroll. I brought in Odin and Mephisto just to make it fast.
All right. Sometimes I wonder if that's too fast, but I mean,
No, it's
you
not
know,
because
that's not
you literally need one turn.
okay. What's going on this week? I mean, anything else last week of note that you have questions on or stuff you wanted to talk about, or you want to peek through my closet again on my roster or anything that I might forget?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, no, I have some questions on my stuff because now I have a couple extra things to skill gear, and I don't. And skill's one of those weird things that was super important during the trial, like when you're on your way to get Professor X, because there's at least 1 or 2 skill characters in every single thing, plus Lilandra is required. And so now I'm sitting there and I'm going, do I bring up my Hitmonkey? Do I bring up my Captain Sam? Do I bring up both of them?
Or do
Because
you
I already
sit on
brought
it, right?
mine,
Yeah, that was a
right?
great
Or do I
point.
sit on it?
Yeah, that's a
And
great point.
that's what I'm, I haven't pulled the trigger on any of that yet. And as I look at it, let me see how many pieces of this stupid skill gear I have now, because I have a ridiculous amount. Yeah, now I've got like 300 of each kind.
Mm-hmm. I felt that way. I don't know if it was last night that I noticed, or obviously the payout came in, and I noticed this is one of the G20 pieces that's over 200 for me, and so it made me feel the same way. And I started leaning towards Black Knight ish if I should hit on that. So I'm on the
I
same
did.
kind of yeah, I'm on the same level. I mean, not as high as you, but same thought process as far as what to do with it. I personally, I think I'm gonna sit on it only because, for me, when I start kind of getting into these things, knowing how sacred these pieces are, or whatever, towards the game, it's like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm moving along the way I need to. Now, Cosmic Crucible is always into my mind as far as like, okay, what tune am I using on the skill piece that's gonna help me in that game mode? And currently not yet, but that's why I'm thinking about Black Knight-ish a little bit, but maybe it could be Hitmonkey. We shall see. What's up, Zero? Zero, that's another guy. You kind of missed my shout out to Nemesis, but I kind of had the same feelings towards you and everything you do towards the community. And I appreciate you coming in there. I know he followed us about like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, no, thanks. What's up, Zero? Good morning. But yeah, so I'm gonna hold on to it. That's where I'm getting at. I kind of I'm looking at those two. It's Black Knight and Hitmonkey are the ones that I'm kind of itching towards where I want to hit it. If I had a mount that you had, like if I was in the 300 range, I would definitely hit probably Black Knight. That's what I would lean towards. But how about Black Cat?
Did do
She's always
Black Knight.
making a ref. She's kind
See, and that's just it. There was the other
of.
one is like Black Cat. See, I'm not using her on my offense right now because there's a lot of Quasars in there, and it doesn't tilt the match one way or another enough for it to matter to me.
Mhm.
But like that's a consideration too. She seems to be sticking around. with her early stun trauma and how fast she is and all the death proofs that she spawns with, like her surviving to her first turn is very likely.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. It's one of those. Once you get to the level of leisure being able to spend, and I guess you probably end up choosing one on your list there. And time will tell as far as on how you're using the tunes to make that decision.
I don't know. I think about Captain Sam because I got deleted by one the other day. Took his ult and killed my whole team
You're
almost.
like, oh, you saw it, G20. All right, so let's look at the blog post real quick. And that way we can do some battles for the Twitchers that are kind of wanting to see more entertainment, less talk. Start dancing.
Everyone
Start dancing.
decided,
Like
decided dance. That's exactly right.
I know they're
That's what
like
I feel like when I'm
fucking.
the audience. I'm like, hey, nobody wants to hear you talk. We're here to watch you fucking play. I'm busy.
All right, well here we go. This is just if I don't do this, I won't be at the level as far as keeping up on certain things. So, all right, we're transitioning over to the blog post next. I was trying to make some notes. They're not as detailed as I want to do, but it's not as in depth as last week. So, what we got going on starting tomorrow is going to be the Franklin Richards Battle Pass, and this is the little note that I was talking about that I wanted to ask to you, Darth. Was Daddy Scopely nice to you with his orbs in which you would pass on the pass, like not get that extra?
Pass.
Yeah, you're not gonna look to buy it.
So you
Okay.
guys, you saw it. So I was what I've been doing is since I purchased Azazel, I did what you did except for I went all the way to 100. I did the path to orbs until I got to 100 shards.
Hmm.
And so what I did with my cores then for the event was, God, I spent them all the way down so that I was waiting until my arena reset so I could buy another Franklin orb. And then with my very last Franklin orb, it pushed me up enough to get him to 6 stars. And so there's not enough value in that $20 pass for me to do that when I'm less than 300 shards away from having him full up.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
And
gonna
and
do. So
to be
this is where
completely
I'm at.
on, oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, because that's where you are.
I think on
See,
the free pass, I'll still be able to get to like the 200. I'm sure there's at least 25 pieces there or something like that, right? Or I can also what I try to do, going back to that Quasar, this is the guy I focused on opening up extra cores to stay in the leaderboard. So I did like one wave where I unlocked Azazel and I got to a good leaderboard midweek. And then, as you know, the number starts slipping down. You go down, 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 down. I'm like, uh-oh, what am I
yes,
going to do to come back up? Am I going to buy an offer? And that's when he hit me on the shoulder, like, hey, there's something here of interest. I know whatever you want to do. So you're just kind of
I
being
was making
cordial.
sure you knew about the was it the Quasar Ultimate Awakened? That was the good thing on that leaderboard.
Yeah, it was something there, and I was like, you know what? And I was being mindful of it, but you kind of hit my mind at the same point of thinking of what to do and being mindful of. So, anyways, my point was I tried to get some orbs off of this dude, and all it got me was up to 108. I didn't get a big drop, but it did help me in a sense of like kind of getting into this whole, next battle pass. I don't think I need to get on the battle pass. I'll double check the lines, and I'll be honest, like as part of the style that I'm doing here, sometimes I do the battle passes because of I get extra cores. I get something extra here. It's not like the
Mm.
big bang towards a milestone event, which is where you flip towards. But as far as like resource management goes and things like that, that's kind of where it does help out. So it's a weird pendulum as far as on what you want to choose. And anyways, that's my thinking is, oh, is this the pass that has 1,000 cores on it? Okay, I might do that and also get some other dark diamond credits and these other little things and stuff like that that I would like use to 24 versus 15 towards a milestone event. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
So you know how sometimes I see something on your roster and it really bothers me, so I have to stop and I can't think about anything else until we discuss it for a
oh,
second.
what'd you
So
see?
what made you stop 22 shards away from 5 stars on Franklin? You got
Resource management.
22,000 cores and you stopped with less than 4 orbs to go before a star up. It's okay. It's just I'm not upset. I'm just
No, you sound
I
upset, buddy.
I
You
mean I
sound
might be.
frustrated.
I am frustrated is a better word for it. I just don't my brain doesn't work that way. With how many cores you got, I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah, next star level. It's less than it's what 675 times 4, and I could get lucky and hit 180 in there, and I am lucky. So
You see, there it is. All
I
right. So
can't
you
do
threw
it.
that last part in there, and then I'm not lucky. Then I'm pissed off. Then I start sounding like you, like, damn, I spent all these cores and then still didn't get it. It took me like extra pulls. I mean, what's the minimum? It would be like 6, right? Worst case scenario to the point you're getting
Four
would be about
pulls.
what? Yeah,
Four
about like
pulls. That's 6 each is 4 pulls. That's why. See, I just have it down to math like that. I'm like, see, you're also looking at the guy that can't save cores. So to have 22,000 cores to a guy like me is
yeah.
absolutely fucking absurd.
And then there's the give and take, right? So because I pause right
Mhm.
there, and I'm gonna wait for my little free pass, and I'll just kind of be patient, and that's the big thing right there. I'll hit and eventually get there because I don't need him at 5 right now, especially where I'm at in my master's area on Crucible. You'll see. But anyways, my point is I don't need him where he's fine, what he's doing, where he's doing. I'll get it, and I mean that's the truth answer. If I realized he was more detrimental, like even on arena, like I'm still on 3. Like I don't haven't even battled anybody in days. Like there's just it just hasn't been a necessity where I needed to ump him, and
Right.
that's why I
Like, and I
stopped.
see
Yeah, that's why.
that's it's nice. It's nice for you to bring me back to the arena
Mm-hmm.
because I'm fighting every day to stay top 20
Mm.
anymore. Like there's like 35 or 40 Xaviers in my shard now. And it's just like it's not there's no it doesn't there's no longer an advantage to having Xavier. It's the same fight it's been now for years.
Yeah.
So and I have some monsters in my thing. So the bigger my characters, the better off they are.
Yeah.
Like and I know that's the same for everybody, but like I guess I feel the push a little bit more because every day I wake up at like 17 sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's kind of it. Like if I notice something, then it's gonna nudge me towards that aspect that you're at. We're just yeah. There's just different levels as far as what's happening with you and what's not happening with me, I guess. So I haven't noticed any changes in aggressiveness. So and then there I am leisurely playing, and I'm casually going about it. Because 100%, if I was in the different, and that's the point I was getting at. Is that like for me, that's my custom crucible. That's where it's more active, more engagement going on. And if I needed to change it there and get them up a little bit higher or whatever, then yeah, I'll be anxious to do it. All right, but that was him. Deep dive into the different thoughts about Richard's Pass. We got the week 2, the Broken King. We got the Cosmic Raid coming through, Fallen Dimension. And we'll kind of pause a little bit on that. Danger Room returns 2 days later on the 13th. I guess that would be like on Wednesday this week.
Wednesday. Yeah.
And then Thursday's Rachel Summers. It's kind of going back and forth a little bit with last week and this week. Azazel, did you try them on Crucible yet, or like, I mean, any initial thoughts about him with their curse members?
I did use him yesterday. He did his job. I didn't notice any. I don't know that I wouldn't have won if it was Mordo instead
Mm-hmm.
in my fight yesterday. So I don't have any huge impressions on him yet. Uh, he's one of those characters though that I think you can feel free to bring up to gear 20. I mean, at this point, or maybe at least 19. I mean, he's on the new raid team that's going to be needed for something. And I'm a raid simmer. I'm not a raid player. So the higher he is and the more gear he has, the better for me.
Is this pissing you off now,
But
seeing
again,
he's
you're
37
no,
ability?
no,
Okay.
nope. No. That's very reasonable. That's 43 shards. That's not 4 orbs. That's 8 orbs.
Nah. But yeah, I asked that question because I don't know. I'm with you. I think he's gonna be great. Yes, on different aspects of how you can plug him in with his use. And I say that because I forgot to use him yesterday. So I actually I brought in Mephisto to kind of help out, which you'll see on day 2 here in a bit. Because I have kind of the same setup or thought that I want to do on a certain room, and I probably should have kept him in there and taken out Zugs and Mortal and put in Mephisto that way, which is what I'm leaning towards today to go ahead and test out because I didn't realize how fast he kind of gets in there. Jug just kind of sits for a while, so it's kind of meaningless. I think Azazel's the better plug in. Obviously, for Mortal, if you're looking at this particular 6, it's Azazel, Zugs, and everybody else. The big 3, like you were talking about, we were always talking about the new big 3 come in. Then it's a matter of who you're kind of choosing for the next 2 slots. But I think Azazel takes the 4th one. Jugs is on the 5th, but then I'm going to plug out Jugs for Mephisto. Okay, but yeah, that kind of, I bring that up because I think because the Curse as a whole is a whole newer team, so they feel a little bit more meaty, unless, poor dude, I saw Dulam, I was watching his video, I think he lost using accursed against the Phoenix Force Annihilator team, but he was testing. But like, I think this girl right here, Rachel Summers, is gonna make a bigger impact to the Immortal team. It just feels that way. So that's gonna be interesting to see her come out. I'm gonna do the same concept. I'm gonna do the, well, I might do the 20, use up whatever the amount, 200 of the Ultra Course. And hopefully I get lucky with the extra scratches on the ticket, and then I'll use the course. All right. I'm not gonna go into those little events there. I know we're kind of hitting on that 30-minute mark. That's keeping me mindful here that I want to kind of stop at for YouTube. What else? What else? What else? Notes. We got Franklin, Danger Room. There's Rachel Summers. So let's skip over to Danger Room. I know this is a hot topic, and we'll kind of bend everything on this. So just kind of opinion-based type stuff. Briefly talked about it a little bit last week. I don't know if we're recording it or not, but you know, there was a lot of people that were upset about it and how grindy it felt because of how you had to get those tokens, right? Those coins, and start getting some different kind of mods going. This one's only going to be for a week, and I don't know. How do you feel? How do you personally feel? Like, did you like to play it in there every day, kind of grind it out? Because you knew you have that experience in previous games with the roguelite aspect. I mean, now that they're shortening it to 1 week, I mean, are you indifferent about it, or like, what's your take of this change?
I'm assuming that it's going to be a little easier because it's only 1 week.
Hmm.
So the weekend, I think we talked about this before. The length of the danger room, I think, is going to kind of reflect the difficulty. So the weekend ones, the ones that are 3 days, these guys are going to, you should be able to beat it in a time or two. Like, they're not looking for you to play it all weekend long. The one that took 2 weeks or 10 days, whatever this last one was, gives you a week to play it every day for 20 minutes and build up thousands of tokens and eventually get the mods you need, and then you have to keep playing and get lucky. I think when I finally beat my run on this one, I was literally just farming tokens, but I was farming at level 10, and I just happened to go all the way to the end. Everything wound up together, and it finished, and then I was done. So if they fix the problems, the logistical kind of problems, and their token problems, like their rental token problems, I think it'll be great. So I don't know if you know, but like there was a couple certain boons that were very helpful. Power rebalance, which took 99% of the health of the character with the highest attack right out the gate. Franklin Richards only. You had to have him on your team to get that on there, and you had to have him on your team for it to work, so he couldn't die after you got the boon. That's not the big deal. The big deal was the rental token wasn't working for it. If you used your rental token at the very beginning on Franklin, you still had zero chance for that mod to show up, and it was a pretty important mod, especially to get through that last node with that stupid Xavier.
Hmm.
So as long as they fix that, it's still on course to be the best PvE game mode we have, I think. Of course, this is something that I like, though. I don't want to beat it in one try. I do not want to come out and beat Danger Room my first run through. I want there to be zero chance of me doing that.
Yeah.
So, like, this is again, but we just spoke about this. I just played DD7 last night from one end to the other for fun because I was saving my Crucible attacks for this morning. I'm that kind of player, so I do understand when players don't like it, that they're like, I don't want to play this for 20 minutes every day. Then this game mode isn't for you. And honestly, the rewards for this game mode aren't game breaking, so I don't see the deal with the complaints.
Yeah. Yeah. There it is. I don't see it either. I mean, I have enjoyed it, and I'm obviously it's obvious that I'm on the not far end of the spectrum, but as far as like I'm not rerunning Dark Dimensions and things like that. So I'm on that kind of cusp where I'm like, playing kind of pick and choose as far as on where the rewards are. And honestly, I liked playing this game. I didn't care about the rewards. I had this whole, this is new. I want to accomplish shit. I want to like clear this damn danger room before it expires. Like, so I'm gonna go ahead and start continue to grind. And I saw how long it was, so I kind of paced myself. I gotta earn tokens. Here I go, do. And I was just kind of building up my tokens, and I didn't jump as high to the 10th. I think I was kind of started 7th, 8th, ninth is where I kind of paused and where I was trying to get more of the tokens off the elite combats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and as we got closer into it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going all in now. And then I got aggressive with it and boom, went. But that was my pace. But I guess, that's what you're saying. Everybody's kind of different with it. But I don't understand the frustrations. I think for me, I just think people got enabled to the easy, like, hey Sam, boom, we won, we're finished. Now what? You know. And then now that they put the difficulty there, then they kind of put a hindrance of what they were used to, and kind of grew into that frustration because it's just like, some older, yeah, I guess it's communities, kind of like our age, middle-aged men, maybe some
Dude,
women
I
that
I
like,
love the community, but my biggest complaint about the community is they don't like hard content.
no,
Like
well, I think,
in at large, dude. If it's hard, they cry so hard.
but I was gonna say it's like that. I work in office, and there's like any changes that happen, everybody freaks out. What? Just what? And I think that's what happened. I think as we're playing as these middle-aged men, that some people are like, whoa, yeah, why is it so hard now? What the hell? Like they're all freaking out. So that's just my outside opinion. Um, all right, but that's it. I mean, that's all that's going on. I mean, other than that, we
Fallen
got,
Dimension
yeah, the fallen
is going to be
dimensions.
easy for us in our alliance, and anybody that's watching Twitch. It should be very easy.
Yeah,
Vigilantes. I
vigilantes.
mean, you have all your vigilantes at 7-star, yeah? Or no? Are you still waiting on some sable shards?
No, I'm waiting on her and somebody else. The other dude, not Havoc. The guy that looks like Havoc. I can't think of names right now. I say he looks like him.
Devil?
Never mind. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm way off. Yeah, you're right. You know my roster better than I know mine.
I just know the
Cause
timing of when they came out. Everybody should have them just about 7-star if they're
yeah,
active like you
there
are.
it is.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, they came out. Forgot. I'm confused. I was thinking about that other team, the Thunderbolt team, is where I'm slacking. Um, but no, yeah. So we got that going on. Trying to jump back to the blog, but that's, yeah. You kind of hit on it. Twitch drops.
Spend your currencies. Spend your battle word currency and spend your intel. That's the last thing.
Yeah. So I was gonna tell you, and then you're doing the Lions credits. Have you paid attention to that piece too?
I don't give a fuck about the alliance credits. Or the ultra credits, honestly. The battle world credits. The only that's I'm spending those because I'm getting the character shards that I need out of there. Plus, I'm just grabbing up the purple gear.
Okay. Well,
I've almost gone half of my battle world
I go down here and
horde
use
gone.
these. Bam.
For what?
Just to hit it, because I got like fucking 500,000. I had like 600,000, so I
You
just
can buy those shop credits.
just
69 million
it
ain't
makes me
enough.
feel good to hit a button. I don't know, just whatever. just, I just know they're going away, so I just fucking that's
Yes.
the
So that's
piece.
just it. But your battle world, where's your? I'm just curious. So do you still have like a million battle world currency?
No, no, because I'm farming these
Okay,
little.
you've been spending it down. Good.
Yeah, like over here. These are the ones I was talking about. I got them confused with vigilantes. My bad. Yeah, but all right, but yeah, definitely spin those away. Those are going away, as Darth mentioned. But with that being
How are
said,
you
I'm
on
gonna
intel?
the what?
One more. How are you on intel? Did you spend your intel down yet?
Where's
My
it?
intel's gone. Intel. You had to hit the
Oh,
little arrow.
yeah,
There
way
you
over
go.
here. Yeah, this is
Okay, you're done. Good job.
yeah, basically when
You
I
waiting
was
for?
ending, I was actually still farming. I was going after the mutant pieces. That's kind of where I'm saving the last part is on mutant. Um, and if I don't see anything pop up, then I'm just gonna hit these character shards, and I'll be done. But all right, you
Hoarding
two.
your?
What? You keep what? You
Are you
keep
hoarding? I know. I'm sorry. The next one. So next month. I can't remember what it's called. Are you
this
hoarding
one.
that? Or are you spending that? Yeah, you're hoarding that. Okay.
No, but I got a big reward. I've been spending it. Um,
Okay.
I guess I mean we'll kind of pause on that and close it. And what are you hoarding it? I know you're
No.
not a hoarder.
I
Okay.
no. No. Fuck no.
I'm like thinking if
I'm
you're
buying. I'm
hoarding,
buying
tell me
Franklin shards.
why.
I'm not buying. I'm buying mutant gear and Franklin shards.
You are buying him.
Yep.
Ooh. See, I don't have see darts. You just give me a reason why I don't have to fucking spend a core now. I have this to do. Hmm. Food for thought. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, all right. Well, y'all do whatever you want to do with the remaining kind of currency that's going to expire there as we pivot towards the antimatter and the days, 92 days of all of this going on for the next, I don't know, is that 3 months or so? Even, yeah. But yeah, take it easy. Twitch, we're gonna jump into some battles, and y'all take it easy. YouTube. Bye bye.